Yehova Svaot Elohim. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold. Nail, behold. 1 Kings chapter 16. The word of Yehovah came to Yehua, the son of Hanani, against Baasha. I raised you up out of the dust and made you prince over my people Israel. But you have lived in the same way of Yerovam and caused my people to sin, so that their sinning has made me angry. Therefore I will sweep away Bashan and his house completely. I will make your house like the house of Yerovam and the son of Nebat. If someone from the line of Baasha dies in the city, the dogs will eat him. If he dies in the countryside, the vultures will eat him. Other activities of Baasha, his accomplishments, and his power are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. Baasha slept with his ancestors, and Elah, his son, became king in his place. Through the prophet Yehua, the son of Hanani, the word of Yehovah was proclaimed against Baasha and his house, both because he did so much evil from Yehovah's perspective, angering him and his actions, and becoming like the house of Yerovam, and because he killed Nadav. It was in the 26th year of Asa, king of Yehuda, that Elah, the son of Baasha, began his reign over all Israel in Tirzah, and he ruled for 2 years. His servant Zimri, commander of the half of his chariots, plotted against him. Finally, one time when Elah was in Tirzah, drinking himself senseless in the house of Artsah, administrator of the palace in Tirzah, Zimri entered, struck him down, and killed him. This was in the 27th year of Asa, king of Yehuda. Zimri then took Elah's place as king. At the beginning of his reign, as soon as he took over the throne, he killed off the entire house of Baasha. He left not a single male, neither of his relatives nor of his friends. Thus Zimri eliminated all the house of Baasha, in keeping with the word of Yehovah spoken against Baasha through Yehua the prophet. This word had been spoken because of all Baasha's sins and the sins of Elah his son, which he committed and with which he made Israel sin, thereby angering Yehovah the God of Israel, and with their worthless idols. Other activities of Elah and all his accomplishments are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. It was in the 27th year of Asa, king of Yehuda, that Zimri ruled 7 days in Tirzah. At that time, the army was besieging Gibton, which belonged to the Plishtim. The troops in their camp heard it said that Zimri had plotted and killed the king. Whereupon the same day, there in the camp, all Israel made Omri the commander of the army king over Israel. Omri and all Israel with him withdrew from Gibton and besieged Tirzah. When Zimri saw that the city had been captured, he went into the citadel of the royal palace and burned down the royal palace over him, so that he died. This came about because of the sins he committed in doing what was evil from the perspective of Yehovah, in living in Yerovam, had lived and in sinning by making Israel sin. Other activities of Zimri and his conspiracy are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. At this point, the people of Israel divided into 2 factions. Half of the people went after Tivni, the son of Ginat, to make him king, while the other half followed Omri. But the faction supporting Omri won out over that of Tivni, the son of Ginat. So Tivni died, and Omri became king. It was in the 31st year of Asa, king of Yehuda, that Omri began his rule over Israel, and he ruled for 20 years, 6 of them in Tirzah. He bought Mount Shermon from Shamir For 132 pounds of silver on the mountain, he built a city, which he named Shamron after Shamir, who had owned the mountain. Omri did what was evil from Yehuvah's perspective, outdoing all his predecessors in wickedness, for he lived entirely in the manner of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, committing the sins which he had made Israel sin, thereby angering Yehuvah the God of Israel with their worthless idols. Other activities of Omri and the power he demonstrated are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. Then Omri slept with his ancestors, and he was buried in Shamron, and Akav his son became king in his place. It was in the 38th year of Asa, king of Yehuda, that Akav the son of Omri began his rule over Israel. Akav the son of Omri ruled 22 years over Israel in Shamron. Akav the son of Omri did what was evil from the perspective of Yehuvah, outdoing all his predecessors in wickedness. But then, as if it had been a trifling thing for him to commit sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, he took as wife Jezebel, the daughter of Itbaal, king of Zidonim, and went and served Baal and worshipped him. He erected an altar for Baal in the house of Baal, which he had built in Shamron. Akav also set up the Asherah. Indeed, Akav did more to anger Yehuvah, the God of Israel, than all the kings of Israel preceding him. It was during his time that Hael of Beth-el rebuilt Jericho. He laid the foundation at the cost of his firstborn son Avram, and erected its gates at the cost of his youngest son Zagov. This was in keeping with the word of Yehuvah spoken through Yeshayahu the son of Nun. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this interesting 16th chapter of 1 Kings? We can aim to keep your eyes open to hear the word of Yehuvah. Aim to live in a way that is pleasing from the perspective of Yehuvah. Proclaim the word of Yehuvah. Aim to only put in your temple what is pleasing to Yehuvah. Aim to please Yehuvah with your words and actions. Aim to do good from the perspective of Yehuvah. Aim to encourage all around you to obey Yehuvah and be pleasing from his perspective. Aim to unite those around you in love for Yehuvah and their neighbors. Aim to serve Yehuvah only and with your whole heart. Aim to marry a person who loves Yehuvah wholeheartedly. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can encourage others to obey Yehuvah wholeheartedly. Bear one another's burdens. We can aim to unite those around you in love for Yehuvah and their neighbors. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. End with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehuvah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehuvah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehuvah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.